Hi guys, my name is Teresa and today I am playing July's round of Jurassic TBR. Hello everyone, if you are unfamiliar with who I am, like I said, my name is Teresa. I created this TBR game to help me pick my books every single month. And if you are unfamiliar with it, it is based around the franchise of Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. A quick rundown is I have to start here, escape here, by rolling a six-sided die. Whichever number the dice lands on dictates how many footprints I move. Each footprint has a color coordination. So a green footprint means a Mr. TBR card. A red footprint means a Jurassic TBR card. A yellow footprint means a fantasy book. White means for my own physical TBR, and black means thriller book. The only rule that I have is to escape the game, I have to roll the exact number of the dice the very first time. So if I'm here, I have to roll a 1, 2. If I don't roll a 2, I go back the round number on the dice, and then from there on forward, I just roll till I escape. It's pretty self-explanatory. You guys want a little bit more information about the game, you can go ahead and check out the video in my description and linked up above as well. That kind of gives you a more in-depth review of the game. Okay, let's put the board aside so I can talk to you properly. Sorry if the angle changed or anything, my camera fell on me. This is July's TBR, so let's talk about June's TBR. In the month of June, I almost escaped the game. I landed on the very last footprint that was possible for me to land on. So that means when I do continue the game today, I have two options. I can either roll and escape and then just have 4 books to choose from randomly, or I could roll and start a brand new game. I think what I want to do, because the month of July is going to be a bit crazy for me, I'm going to be traveling or I don't know if I'm traveling per se, but I'm definitely going to be like really busy. I'm going to be with my fiance for a bit of the month. I also have some really important events happening in the month, and so my mind is going to be pretty much everywhere else but reading. So I want to take it as chill as I can during the month. That said, I am doing a readathon, which we'll get to in a minute. If you watched my June TBR, at the end of it, I mentioned that I needed prayer for something that was coming up at the end of the month. That ended up getting moved to the end of July instead. So if you all can continue to pray for me regarding this, it's a really big thing that's happening. I'm not going to discuss it here, but it's just an important meeting that I have, and I just need prayer that it goes in my favor is basically all I'm going to say. It got moved to the end of July. So now I'm like, I was all prepared for it to be in June. Now it's in July. Whatever. It works out. Okay. Yeah. So I'm not going to have a lot of reading time. This month in June, I've been doing the Amazing Readathon, which has been so much fun. It's the 26th today of June, and we are on Lake 7, the Amazing Readathon. I'm working on getting a vlog done. I don't know if it's ever going to see the light of day because I have tried to vlog before and nothing's ever come of it, but I'm working on getting a vlog out to you guys for the Amazing Readathon. But let's talk about Jurassic TBR for June. And no, normally I talk about the month before, don't I? What was before June? May? I literally do not remember May in any way, shape, or form as far as my reading. I know I completed my TBR though. I do remember that. I couldn't tell you what books I read for it because that was a month ago. And my brain has moved on. But we can go ahead and talk about June. Why not? Because we're still in the month of June, I still have a chance to read my TBR. I give myself until the very last day of the month to complete my TBR. I also count DNFs as a win regarding the rules of my game. I'm not going to punish myself if a book I picked didn't work for me. That said, I have officially read 2 of the 4 books that were on my TBR. The 2 books I have read are The Dry and Force of Nature. These are both by Jane Harper. Force of Nature is a sequel to The Dry, and that is important because the card I pulled, a Mr. TBR card, was continue a series. So I started a series and continued a series. Loved both of these, by the way. I think I gave them both like a 4.5. Really invested in this series. If you want to know more about it, check out my last TBR video, and also I hopefully will be talking about it in my vlogs. But really enjoyed those. So this card will be officially discarded into the discard pile. And that was the only card that was picked for me during the month of June. The other two books were for a fantasy, which is Outlaw by Ted Dekker. I have not yet read this one. And Anatomy, a Love Story, which was, this is by Shauna Swartz, and this was for own TBR. I have not read this either. I do still plan on getting to both of these this month. It just, when, who knows? But that's the hope. So far, I'm 50% done through my TBR. That is all I have to share for you regarding previous months. Like I said, May, I did complete. I know I might have talked about May's TBR in June. I don't remember. I try to talk about not the month previous, but the month before that. It's like the month before last when I do my TBR videos, because I do give myself the entire month and I usually film in advance. It doesn't matter. Anyways, I know I completed May. I had a DNF and then I had 3 finishes. And then, like I said, I am halfway done with June's TBR, but we still have about a week, I think, left in the month. So yeah, July is coming up very, very quickly. So I should get a move on with this TBR, right? You guys have no idea how warm it is in this room. I am full on sweating. So what I decided to do, did I already mention this? I think I may have. I don't remember now. Is not start a new game, just roll, escape, and go from there. So here's my roll. Okay guys, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to escape or not. I have Dr. Ellie Sattler here to help me escape Jurassic TBR. So let's roll and see if we can get out. A 5. Look at that. We got so lucky we just made it. Alright, that completes this round of Jurassic TBR. Alright, woo! I've officially escaped Jurassic TBR. This is, yeah, I'm just gonna start brand new in August. We're starting a brand new game. So that just gives me a little bit more peace and relaxation during the month of July. I still am gonna pick books, because, like, why not? But I'm going to be a little bit more strategic about that. As in, I'm going to be able to give myself some vetoes for certain things, and we'll get to that in a second. Really quickly, though, before we get into books I'm going to be reading, I normally like to talk about this before we roll my rolls, but I forgot. So sorry. I will be doing a readathon. I will be competing in Battle of the Bands. This is hosted by the Bookish Drummer, as well as Jake from the Bookish Drummer and Stacy from Chapter Conundrum. Their channels will be linked down below. The announcement video, all of that will be linked. This year, or this month's theme, because they do it twice a year, this month's theme is Oh Canada, because Stacy is Canadian. And I do believe she said that July 1st is Canada Day, which is basically their 4th of July for us Americans. And so every single band that was chosen to do the prompts for on this readathon are all Canadian bands. So I'm not going to go much more into that. If you guys, sorry about the lighting situation, the sun's starting to set. If you guys are interested in checking that out, I'll put the links down below. Go watch Jake's video. He'll explain everything. Just go over there. That said, I don't have my TBR picked quite yet. I'm waiting to see whose team I'm on. And the reason I'm doing that is because if you read towards your team, you get extra points. If you read towards another team, you take away points from the other team. And so I want to strategically read. So I need to know whose team I'm on before I pick my TBR. Anyways, let's talk about July. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to be gone for a lot of it. I really need audiobooks, pretty much only audiobooks for July, because again, I'm going to be pretty busy. My mind is going to be pretty cluttered with a lot of the things that are an event that is happening at the end of the month. I need to be like in the right headspace for, and just lots. So what I think I'm going to do is play it fast and loose, and I am going to draw some books, or you'll see what I mean in a second here. But I'm going to be able to veto myself, like I said. So let's go ahead and let's pick some cards. Okay, so normally when I play my game, I have 2 separate spaces that would make me draw a card. And we have the Mr. TBR cards, as well as the Jurassic TBR card. So I just grabbed a handful of these because I have a humongous stack. I just grabbed a handful. I'm going to shuffle these up, draw one from each, and see how it goes. Now, if you guys have watched my game before, you know that there are no punishments, there are no rewards. The only reward is that I get to be proud of myself, and the only punishment is that I am ashamed of myself. Not really, but you know, for completing and not completing the TBR. Also, if a book does not get completed, it goes onto my wheel of shame. We'll talk about it in a minute. So, shuffle, shuffle. I'm going to draw a card. Not looking. So for this one right here, again, if it's not going to work for me this month, I have the opportunity to veto it and draw again. I swear to you, that was not planned. You guys saw me. I did not look. That was not planned. Wheel of shame. I did not plan that. Okay, here we go. Now we're talking about the wheel of shame. The Wheel of Shame is basically any book I've ever put on a Jurassic TBR, not any TBR in general, just specifically Jurassic TBR that I never read, and I'm still want to. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the spinner wheel here. This is my Wheel of Shame. These are all the books. I shuffled it a few times, spinning it. It should be going, showing you who the winner is. And I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. I am not mad about this one at all. I think this would be a good one to read during the summer. And it does have an audiobook, and Jeanette herself narrates it, which is pretty great, I think, getting to hear the author's own voice, considering this is a memoir. And I have started it already. It had to be returned back to the library, though, and I just never got around to picking it back up. So I'm glad that the wheel chose for me this book so that I can read it. If you guys are unfamiliar with what this book is or who Jeanette is, she is a Disney, was she Disney or Nickelodeon? I think it was Nickelodeon. I think she was a Nickelodeon star, and her mother was very abusive and very manipulative and very much a Hollywood mom of like living vicariously through the fame of her child, from what I understand. And this is basically her story of like, yeah, my mom died and I'm kind of glad about it, which like obviously you're gonna have all of the feels when you think that way, you know what I mean? So I am very excited to read this. I know it's going to be a really heavy book. From what I've read of it already, it was like, oh, intense, but I'm excited. The wheel actually did good. So you know what? I'm not going to complain. Okay, now that we picked a Mr. TBR card, let's pick a Jurassic TBR card. I will as well attempt to add all of these books to my Battle of the Bands TBR if I can. I mean, I have no idea. I can't remember what any of the prompts are off the top of my head. I can write them down. We have that. But if I can fit them in there, I will try to. Again, this is very much like more of a pile of possibilities than a hard and set TBR, because I don't know if I'm going to have the mental space to read in the month of July, but I'm going to attempt. So, okay. You see, I'm not looking. I'll even shuffle it more without looking, so you guys know that I have no idea what any of these cards are. Okay, I can't see them. Let's go ahead and pick over here. We're going to go for this one, and we have oh my gosh, Lewis Dobson. Read a previously DNF'd book. I mean, look, I'm glad my mom died is technically DNF'd because I did not finish it. I think I can work this in my favor. I currently have a soft DNF, and this card, I didn't mean it for a soft DNF. I really want to cheat with that though. I'm just gonna go ahead and draw again. I'm gonna take this one out. I'm gonna draw again, so that still has a chance to go back into the pile for my regular game. I'm just gonna draw again and see what I think of, because I can't think of any books that I've DNF'd that I'm like thinking, oh, maybe I'll want to get back to them. You know what I mean? So once again, not looking. We'll go here. This one. Eli Mills. Read a book with a greedy character. I think that can work. I love thrillers. So like, there's so many thrillers that revolve around greed. I'm gonna have to like do a little bit of research on this one and see if I still want to do it, and I'll come back to y'all at the end of this video. Let's just go ahead and keep moving, and then I'll come back to this a little bit later. I was already planning on spinning the Wheel of Shame, but since that picked for me, I think I'm gonna give myself a mood read this month, you guys. Is that crazy? I mean, you all are probably like, yeah, do that because it's going to be crazy. But I'm thinking I might give myself a mood read. Or, oh, you know what? Maybe instead of a book prompt, I do some kind of like self-care prompt because this month it's going to be wild. Now, I really want a book. You know what I'm going to do? This might be absolutely insane. We're going to shuffle these decks together. It's easy to tell them apart, especially because I don't have my entire deck here. And I'm going to pick one more card. And we're going to go with that. And then after that, I'm going to draw from my TBR jar. Let's see. Is this crazy? Probably. But you know what? Whatever. I want a little bit of chaos in my life. Okay, so I'm going to cut them, and whatever is on top when I cut it is what I will read. Okay. We got a Jurassic TBR card. Guys, this couldn't have been more perfect. Read an audiobook. Parasaurolophus. Read an audiobook. Thank you, cards. So, audiobook. Literally anything that I have, I can read in an audiobook. One book I was actually really meaning to get to this month. Actually, this might work for Greedy Character. I'm going to have to look that up. But one book that is an option, let me grab it. And that would be The Bog Wife by Kay Chronister. So, if this has a Greedy Character in it, I will read this for Greedy Character. If not, I'm going to read it for an audiobook. Either way, this is, I think it was October's pick of 23, I believe, from Book of the Month. It doesn't have the date on the back. Like, what? Book of the Month? Come on. I rely on that. We are following a family, a family of siblings. In this book is an atmospheric Appalachian Gothic. The Hadley siblings of West Virginia unearth long buried secrets when their supernatural bargain entwining their fate with their ancestral land is suddenly ruptured. There probably is greed in this. I don't know. I feel like there's going to be greed in this. I need to look that up. Shoot. Anyways, yeah, we're following this group of siblings. I believe their father dies, and there's some weird bargain they made with the bog. So they own a cranberry farm, a cranberry bog. There's some weird bargain they made with said bog that gives them a bog wife, and I think they have to give the bog something in return. But I've heard it's very literary. It's very literary thriller. It's gothic, which I love. I've heard it's very slow burn, very family oriented, messy family type of situation. Absolutely love that. So this book is definitely going on the TBR. It's just whether or not it's going for Greedy Character or not. I'll have to get back to you in a minute on that one. Okay, guys, and the last thing I'm going to do picking a book is via the TBR jar. This is very scary, and I do again allow myself to veto if I decide. Ow, I just smacked myself in the head. If I decide that I'm not going to or don't like a book that is picked for me, I'll pick another one. Also, this has not been cleaned out recently, and I have read quite a few books off of my shelves since this was made. So there is a chance I will get one I've already read. If that's the case, I will just draw again. So let's go ahead and draw for a book. Oh, before I draw though, the colors of the squares, in case you have not seen this before. Pink is anything I hauled before the year 2020. Green is anything I hauled between 2020 and 2023. Blue is anything I hauled in 2024. Yellow is anything I hauled in 25, and that tan color is anything I've hauled in 2026. Okay, now with all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and see what I'm going to be reading. I literally have no idea. I just want something short. Go for like down here. I want that one. Green. Okay, so this means it's anything that I hauled between the years 2020 and 2023. Let me open it and see what it says. A Matter of Honor. A Matter of Honor by William C. Hammond. I don't know if I want to read it. I don't know. So this one is a maritime novel. I'm sure you can see by the cover. And it's set in the early years of the United States. It's the dramatic story of Richard Cutler, a young man who comes of age during the American Revolution. I do love a good Revolutionary War series, or like setting though. Oh, guys, I don't know if I'm in the mood for a heavy historical fiction. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna draw again, and we're gonna see what the second one gives me, and then maybe I'll decide between that. Maybe I'll just be like, no, I'm choosing chaos and drawing a third time. But normally I don't do this, by the way. If you've not seen any of my TBRs before, normally I do stick with what it holds. It is just the fact that this month is going to be crazy. And again, I finished the game, so I feel like I can give myself a little bit of a respite, you know? So let's try again. Let's take from this side this time. Let's go for this one, a blue. Alrighty. Nope, this is green. It looked blue in the camera. It is green. So once again, anything from 2020 to 2023 will be on this piece of paper. Please be a good one. Before She Ignites. Okay. One sec. So, Before She Ignites. This is by Jody Meadows. This is a chunky YA fantasy, but it is YA and it is fantasy. It's 481 pages. Let me see how many these are. This one is 412 before the glossary. Yeah, 412. So this one is smaller, but it's an adult historical fiction maritime novel. This one is a YA fantasy. I think I'm leaning towards this one. Let me check to make sure that there is an audiobook for this. If there is, I'm gonna go with this one. Guys, there's no audiobook for this. Shoot, there's no audiobook for this. And like I said already, look, if you don't know me, if this is your first time seeing my video, you may not know that I do struggle with reading physically. I have a cognitive thing. I don't even know what it is. All I know is that reading physically is more difficult for me to comprehend than listening to a book. So I can comprehend better if I'm listening than physically reading with my eyeballs. I want to start reading with my eyeballs more to like get back into the habit of that and working on that, but I have to take my time with it because for whatever reason my brain is like, oh, it's written, so you don't comprehend it. It's dumb. But July is not the month for me to be doing that, especially with a book this big. So back to the drawing board, guys. We're gonna pick another one. I swear, if it turns out I'm reading A Matter of Honor, I don't know. I feel like that's an August, September book. Like it's a fall book. I don't know why I'm feeling that, even though fall really isn't until like almost October. But you know what? We're just gonna say it is. I feel like Matter of Honor should be read in the fall. Okay, one third time's a charm, maybe? We'll just go with this one. Another green one. Hopefully this one doesn't let me down. Oh, okay. Let's go on and see what we have. What I have written down. Yeah. Ooh. What does that say? Cleopatra the Fifth. Wait, 5, 6, 7? What's the V stand for? I don't remember. Cleopatra. Oh my gosh, I have to stand up for this one. Hang on. Okay. This one, it might work. So this is Cleopatra, the whatever that is, daughter of the Nile, Egypt, 57 BC. This is the Royal Diaries. Growing up, I read the Dear America books. Freaking loved them. Absolutely adored them. This is kind of the same idea, I believe, where I'm pretty sure this is journal entries. Yes, it's basically as if this is Cleopatra's journal, and it's very small. It's got, let's see if I can find the end of the actual narrative here. Oh wow, there's a lot of information in the back of the book, which is cool. It's got 187 pages of actual narrative, so it should not take me very long at all. But once again, I don't think it has an audiobook, nor would I want to necessarily read this on audiobook because it'd be like a 2-hour audiobook. I mean, it would be super easy. It's not going to take me long to read it at all. It's just, oh, am I even going to have the time? I think it's even smaller than that, actually. Yeah, historical note. Where's the end of this? Epilogue. Okay. No, it's only 180 pages. Only 180 pages. But again, I'd have to read it physically. I can pop this out in a couple of hours. It's just, do I have the mental space for it? Call me crazy, but I'm gonna draw one more time. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I'm just gonna stay with this one. I'm gonna draw one more time. I am gonna put back the ones I drew already that I'm not using. I'm just gonna wait to put those back until after I'm done because I don't want to have to redraw them. So let's see if I can get. I'm gonna go for a different color this time. Let's see. If I pick up a green again, I'm putting it down and grabbing another color. Oh, I grabbed two. We're going for the blue. Watch, that green one would have been like the perfect book. Okay, fourth time's the charm. If this one doesn't work, I'm just going to do the Cleopatra one because you know what? I'm hot and I don't feel like continuing to do this because I'm sweating. And it's grody. Okay. Unravel, please. Here we go. Fingers crossed this one is a good one with an audiobook that's not super long. I've read that. Michael by Gillian Smith. I've read that one. Yay! Back to the jar. Never ending. This is reminding me, I just watched Allison on a book break. I just watched her video where she was playing TBR Bingo and she had to pull rocks so many times to because everything kept just spinning her in circles. You should go watch her videos. She's great. I will link her stuff below too. This is what it's reminding me of. I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay. Do I dare, y'all? You know what? Apparently, green is the way to go because that blue one sure as heck didn't work. I mean, none of the green ones have really worked either, but okay. Let's try it one more time. Downrange. That is one I'm pretty sure has an audiobook for it, and that is one I have previously started and never finished. Downrange, by Tyler Moore. I've gotten that far into it, so not very far. I was tandem reading this. I'm on chapter 6. Not very far. This does have an audiobook, so I could do that. Let's see. This is 414 pages, but of a mass market paperback, so it's probably closer to 300 something. Okay, so now the question is, do I want to try and get a physical book in, or do I want to continue a soft DNF and listen to it, but I'll have it on audiobook? So yeah, this one's about Cleopatra's life as if it's her diary. This one is about a undercover DEA special agent who basically comes home from the war and in Iraq, and his town has gone to the garbage can. And there's these drug runner guys kind of running his city, and he is determined to uncover who it is and stop them. He is an elite undercover officer for the DEA and a battle-hardened Green Beret, and he spent the better half of his career hunting terrorists, so he is definitely after these people. This is very much, it gives a little bit of a Western vibe. I think it's just classified as fiction, but I would say that there's definitely some Western vibes in here. A very man book. Not that women can't read this, but I mean, it's obviously it's more written for men. I think, as I don't know. I mean, there's just some books that are seem like this would be a book most guys would enjoy. Versus most women. I personally think I'm going to enjoy this, though. I was definitely enjoying it. I'm petting my dog. If you don't know, you can probably hear him breathing. He's blowing his coat right now, and his fur is freaking everywhere. Oh, do I want to finish this? I want to finish it to get it off my list of read books, but I've really barely started it. What do I do? 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 Guys, I think I'm going with this. I think I'm going to go with this one. I think what I'll do is I'll put this on the list, and I'll have this as a possibility, a backup. Well, I said I was going to mood read, right? So what do I have? No, I wasn't going to mood read. I changed that. Oh, you know what? There might be greedy characters in here. Actually, I could almost guarantee you there's greed in this book because he's going after drug bosses. So yeah, there's greed. Okay, I know what I'm doing. Oh my gosh, you guys. I think that has been one of the most chaotic Jurassic TBRs that I have ever done. Not ever done, because back in the day when I was rolling for the entire board every month, I think I would get 15 plus TBR books on my TBR, which was crazy. So this is what I'm going to do. For Wheel of Shame, for the Mr. TBR card, Wheel of Shame, it chose I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. I'm going to read that. For Mr. TBR card, Eli Mills, read a book with a greedy character. I'm going to read Downrange by Taylor Moore. Why not? I kind of do feel like summertime is a good time to read that book. And then for Jurassic TBR card, why can't I not say this right now? Parasaurolophus. I know how to pronounce this. Parasaurolophus. Why can't I pronounce that? Anyways, to read an audiobook, I'm going to read The Bogwife on audio. I'm tandem reading if I can, but this will mainly be on audio. And then for own TBR, because it didn't take me a million years to pick, we're gonna go with this one. I know I said I didn't want any physical reads, but this is a children's book. It won't take me that long, and maybe it does have an audiobook that I can tandem read with. Maybe it does, but I can pop this book out in a day. Like that, it's not gonna take me that long. So yeah, we're just gonna go with that. That's the TBR. I'm so sorry for the chaotic nature of this. I promise. Well, I was going to say I promise my TBRs and my videos normally aren't this chaotic, but I don't think that's true. I think I am always chaotic. This one was just in a different way. So Downrange and Cleopatra, these are going to stay out. The other ones are going to get taped back up and put back into the jar for future drawings. This is what I'm going to be reading, plus I'm glad my mom died. I think that's a pretty good mix. I mean, we got a couple heavy hitters. We got nonfiction, we got a literary fiction, we got like a Western military, a historical children's book. I'm not mad about this, honestly. I'm not mad about this. So this is what I'm going to be reading during the month of July. Again, I'm going to be taking part in Battle of the Bands, so if I can get any of these books to fit for that, they will. They definitely will. And yeah, I don't know how much I'm going to be uploading it in July. I do have a lot of footage filmed that I'm hoping like I can get edited soon so that in July they can be uploaded, but they'll be like me from June uploading in July. I feel like I have an upload schedule anyways. I'm pretty bad about that, so whatever. Anyways, if you like this video, please do make sure to give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel if you have not already and you want to see more videos by me. I have a ton of stuff in the works, you guys. It's just on the editing block, and it's like taking a while. Let's see. Leave me a comment. Let me know. Have you read any of the books that I've talked about? Are you excited for me? Are you worried for me? My dog is staring into the other room really intently, and it's kind of freaking me out. I'm not gonna lie. Ranger, what? I'm home alone, y'all. Okay, we're just gonna ignore that. Creeped me out. So yeah, leave a ghost emoji. Why not in the comments? Because he's staring at something pretty intensely. And I'm home alone. Yeah, so leave a spooky emoji, a ghost emoji, because why not? You freak me out a little bit, dude. You do. Okay, I guess that's everything I have to say to you all. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, like this video, do all of the YouTube things, and I guess happy reading in July. Happy 4th of July to all of you fellow Americans. Happy Canada Day to any Canadian watchers, and happy July to the rest of the world. Because I don't know if there's any other type of country's holidays in July, but happy July. Thank you guys so much for watching. Ranger's little nose peeked in to say thank you, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye, guys.